There we go. All right. So, hello, Terrell. Thank you so much for joining me in our initial session. My name is Tanisha, and I'll be your therapist. I appreciate you taking the time to join me today and taking your first step in your therapy journey. I know it could be tough, especially um, you being so young when we talk about therapy, but um, it's great that you took this first step in your journey. Are you familiar with what would possibly take place in our session today?
Yes, nice to meet you. Yes, I am familiar. We'll basically just talk and you'll get to know me.
Yeah, so that's basically what the initial session will be. So I will, ask you a few questions just to, like you said, get to know you, and go over some of your reasonings and why you wanted to come to therapy. Um, as well as like some of your strengths, your weaknesses, your family supports and stuff of that nature. Before we get started, I do want to start off by explaining to you the confidentiality agreement that we have when we're doing therapy. So anything you say in our sessions will be completely confidential. I won't share with anybody unless you want me to share with anybody, in which we'll obtain consent forms for that. However, I am a mandated reporter, so that means that if you do discuss anything with me that involves hurting yourself or hurting other individuals, as well as any type of child abuse, any abuse with any of like your foster parents or anything like that, that is something that I would have to report. Is that something that you understand?
So everything I say with you will only be between us, even if it's
Yes. Yes, so it will only be between us, like I said, unless you say any of those things about harming yourself or harming others, or if you share with me any type of abuse that you experience. Other than that, everything will be kept between us.
okay.
Okay. So before we get started as well, I just wanted to ask, what is your current mood right now?
Currently, I'm doing okay.
Okay. And between a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say? One being feeling the worst and 10 feeling the best.
I would say maybe a 7.
Okay. Okay. And have you been eating and sleeping normally?
Yes, I have, as of right
Okay.
now. Yeah, as of currently.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. I appreciate your transparency. So we'll get right into the session. So the first thing I wanted to ask you about is your strengths. What do you believe some of your strengths are? And this could be any type of support that you may have, any type of hobbies or talents that you may have, anything that you feel um, has a contribution to the life to your life and the person that you are.
As far as strengths, I would probably say school. My main focus is studying computer science. That's my main passion. Um,
Okay.
but I have run into some issues with continuing with school. Um, as far as like family, I don't have any family. I was
Okay.
never adopted. Um, always wish for a family. I live on campus. Like I said, I'm in school. I live on campus with some roommates.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not really close. I don't really feel a connect with them as of now. I
Okay.
do have a friend from high school,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm away from, there. I'm actually in college now. So
Okay. So that's great. It seems like you, despite you, growing up within foster care, you have taken your education very seriously, and that's a wonderful thing because it definitely could have went the opposite way. Um, as far as your weaknesses go, what do you believe some of those would be? And this would be any type of, lack of support system that you may have, or any type of um, negative attitudes or any feelings of neglect or anything like that in your life that you feel has a negative impact on your life.
I would say maybe the lack of family, familiar support. And like I said, I don't really have a connect with my roommates, so I don't really have a connect at school yet as far as friendship wise. I
Mhm.
don't have that connection yet, looking to make that. But I would
Okay.
probably say that's one of my weaknesses, being that I didn't have a family growing up. So that's kind of, I feel like that's playing a role in my life currently.
Okay. And I can understand how that definitely can play a role in your impact as well. Not especially again growing up in the foster care system and then, trying to make friends or, you make friends at one place and then you have to move to another place and et cetera. So I can definitely understand how that can has impacted your life. And again, this is why we're in therapy, so that we can help you walk through some of those feelings that you feel about those things. Um, so as far as what brought you to therapy now, can you explain some of the things that are going on in your life right now that you may be concerned about that brought you to want to seek therapy right now?
Yes. So as of lately, like I said, I grew up not being adopted. So I've always wanted a familiar or a family someday. I always wanted that, but never got that. And like I said, I feel like that's playing a role in my life now because I don't really have that connect with my roommates. I do have a friend, or I had a friend, but we ran into some issues. And basically, he got me into some trouble with the law. And I'm actually facing that situation now as I'm also trying to focus on getting my tuition paid and just trying to remain in school. So those are the main two things that are my primary issues as of right now. So I just
Hmm.
felt the need to come in and just, get some type of help wherever I could.
Hmm. And can you explain a little bit further about how he got you in trouble with the law? Like what happened?
So basically, I got a phone call from my high school friend. His name is Josh. I was excited because, like I said, I haven't really had any friends. I haven't made any new friends. So I was excited to hear from him. Basically, he needed a ride to the pawn shop. He was telling me about how he could pawn his laptop for some cash. So I wanted to help him out because he's not 18 yet, but I am. So I wanted to
Hmm.
help him out because you had to be 18 to file all the paperwork. So I did all that. I signed off, and a couple of days later, I had basically got a phone call, and apparently the laptop was reported stolen, which I did not know. So now I'm involved in something that I had no idea was to this extent, and I don't know
Mm.
what to do.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So I understand how that situation probably has you very stressed right now. Um, how do you feel about the situation that's at hand as far as like, the laptop being stolen and you having the run-in with the police? How do you feel about it possibly having an effect on your future as it relates to school?
So school is already an issue. Like I said, I'm in school for computer science. I'm really passionate about that. But
Mm-hmm.
school is already an issue, whereas I don't have financial aid. I have to worry about tuition. The financial
Mm-hmm.
aid that I do have is short. And, that's a big worry of mine also. And then with this issue with the law, I feel like this would definitely affect, it's just an added on stressor to what
Mm-hmm.
I already have going on. And I feel like it would give me even more issues in the long run.
Yeah.
Bigger thing that I have to worry about.
Hmm. And have you thought about a plan on your own to overcome any of this?
Have I come up with a plan?
Yes. Have you thought about any type of plan or any way that to overcome any of the um overcome the situation? So have you reached out to anybody that could possibly help you with, talking to the police or anything of that nature?
Not necessarily because it just kind of was sprung on me. I am looking to find a way, but I mean, I'm just more so frustrated with my friend at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to process that whole situation due to him
Hmm.
being that, that position. And then
Yeah.
thing going on with school. I just want to just figure out what I could do. So no, I haven't, not yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, I sincerely commend you for even, again, reaching out to want to start this process to help you formulate ideas and ways to, overcome the circumstances that has unfortunately happened. And as we move through therapy, as I stated, this is your initial session. So just to kind of get to know what the basis of everything is. But as we move through therapy, um, I will start to challenge you and assist you with figuring out ways that you can overcome some of the experiences that you just mentioned, as well as assist you with walking you through your feelings on it and, how you may feel about the fact that this friend Josh put you in this situation, or how you may feel about, your financial aid possibly not coming through, or stuff of that nature. And also coming up with a plan, like I said, to overcome these things and help you communicate with individuals that can help point you to the right resources and et cetera. So that's what we'll be working on moving forward. Did you have any questions for me as we end?
No, I don't.
Okay, great. Well, Terrell, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and I appreciate you being so open and transparent with me. And we will meet again next week for your next session.
Okay, see you then.
All right, thank you. Part two.
Hello, good evening, Eve. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. I just
Mhm.
wanted to thank you for coming in today. Before we get started, I wanted to remind you that anything and everything shared in this meeting remains confidential. Everything said will remain in this room between us. In other words, feel free to share what you are comfortable sharing. If you ever feel uncomfortable, feel free to let me know and we will stop. But I also wanted to let you know that I am a mandated reporter, meaning that anything that is reported of child abuse, harm to yourself or others, I am mandated to report that. Do you
Uh,
understand everything that I said?
yes, I understand.
Okay. So based off our last meeting, I just wanted to review what you shared with me, which was that you are a 36-year-old mother of two children.
Mhm.
You have a son named Matthew. He is 17 years old, and you said that he's currently in school studying sports medicine.
Mhm.
You also said that he has Crohn's disease. So I just wanted, I also believe that you spoke on how he's trying to like manage being, having that disease, but also just going through school.
Yes.
And you also said you have a daughter named Joanne, who is 15 years old.
Mhm.
She's currently at home with you, but you said that y'all's relationship has been a little strained due to her being
Yes.
resentful towards you.
Mhm.
You also said you had little to no support due to losing connections with your friends and your social life.
Mhm.
Um, and due to not having no support, it's actually because you said that your mother passed away 4 years ago.
Yes.
Sorry for that again.
Thank you.
And then you have your father, James, who is battling the early stages of vascular dementia.
Yes.
Okay. And due to him not doing very good, you became his full-time caregiver while
Mhm.
also being a mother of two.
Mhm.
Okay. You also said that you're working. You have a administrative role at
Yes.
a local college.
Yes.
You said that you like your job, but you wish it was better pay and you just had more flexibility to do what you wanted to do.
Yes.
And based off everything, I see that your family is basically your number one priority and you're all they have.
Yes, I am.
And that seems to be a very tough position. Like that must feel very overwhelming due to all those
Yeah.
responsibilities.
It's very stressful, and I just always feel like I just never have time for anything, especially myself, because I'm, always focusing on my kids or my dad or work. It's just, I just always feel overwhelmed.
Which is understandable.
Mhm.
You also explained that you want and you need help, you just don't know where to start.
Yes.
So I want to applaud you because you took the first step of realizing that you need help and taking the initiative of seeking the help. So
Thank
I,
you.
of course, I aim to serve as a resource of getting you this help as best as I can to my abilities.
Okay.
So let's get into some questions that I have for you before we. So you've spoken on feeling overwhelmed a lot within your life. How do you currently feel today?
Um, I'm currently still very much overwhelmed. I, like I said, I'm just always on the move. I'm always just trying to figure out things, and I just never have time for myself. So I just always feel I'm not sad, but I'm not happy. I just always feel just here.
You're just here. Okay. So you're not like content. You don't feel like fulfilled with life, with your life currently,
Right.
going with how life is. Just life
Hmm.
is life. Okay. So how do you usually deal with this feeling? Like, is there anything you do, or do you just go with how life is going? You just go with the flow.
Um, I just kind of go with how it's going. I mean, like I said, it's just me kind of supporting everybody. So I really don't have time to process a lot of my feelings or my own thoughts or emotions because I'm either tending to Matt, helping him, with school and overcoming his feelings about his disease, or I'm trying to be there for my daughter, even though that's been such a strange relationship. And then, of course, on top of my dad and everything he's been going through, especially with the dementia and his change in emotion. So I just never have time to even, sit in my own thoughts or feelings.
Own space.
Hmm.
It's understandable. So I empathize with you and I applaud you for working so hard for your loved ones and yourself.
Hmm.
Keep going, even though you feel like with your daughter, you're saying like she's very resentful towards you.
Hmm.
She just keep going. Things will get better. You
Thank
just
you.
so I would like to move on and get more into like a positive light because you
Hmm.
said you're just feeling overwhelmed. So let's find ways to steer you away from that feeling. Let's find ways that you can make changes with what
Hmm.
you have going on in your life now that can, produce a better outcome. So with that, I would like to know like do you like what are your passions and like what are some achievements that you have? Like let's shed light on those. Let's see what we can work with those.
So recently I would say my biggest achievement was like getting the job at the college. I really enjoy working in the educational setting. So I really am happy that I was able to get that role. Although it doesn't have as much flexibility as I would like with my children, and the pay could be better, but I do like the overall environment. I like the job and what I do. So I can say that is definitely a accomplishment for me recently. Other than that, I would say just my ability to get up and go every day. I haven't given up. I still take care of the people that need me. So that's an accomplishment every day for me as well.
Definitely accomplishment. I applaud you for that also.
Thank
You should definitely give yourself the flowers that you
you.
deserve for doing that because you have a lot going on, but you continue to proceed and do what you need to do,
Hmm.
even though you feel that it's overwhelming and it's a lot, but you continue to go on.
Yes.
So as we continue on with our sessions and progress, I just want us to, talk more about ways that you can implement different little things into your schedules that will help you find healthier ways to deal with your stressors as you face them, not only while you're here with me, but also while you're out on your own time or just facing life.
Hmm.
We just want to eventually come up with some goals and develop a plan where, regardless of what you're faced with, you'll have ways to implement things independently and you won't have to like lean on or rely on anybody. So that's the ultimate goal.
And will I be doing that stuff with you?
Yes, you'll be doing that with me. As we proceed through our next sessions, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we started today. That's why I asked you about your passions, so I can get an idea of where you're trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
As we proceed, we'll plan out a 6 month plan, things of which you plan on accomplishing within now and 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And we will just find different ways to implement that into your schedule so you can
Mm-hmm.
just deal with everything in a healthy way and you won't feel so overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that sound to you?
It sounds good. I'm just glad, like I said, I'll have the support um to kind of help me overcome some of this and help me with resources and of course like better ways to handle my stress because I definitely need that.
Yes. And as I said, I'm here to serve as an aid, as a resource. I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you as much as I can. So feel free to ask me about anything, any type of resources. I'm here for you. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, as I said, as we progress within the next couple of sessions, we will come up with ways to help you and benefit you
Mm-hmm.
because the better you are, the better we can serve everyone that you're helping, as far as your family and
Mm-hmm.
those around you. So how does all of that sound?
That sounds great. I'm very excited. I'm glad that I'll be able to finally get some assistance. So I'm looking forward to this process.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll see you here next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
No problem.